Hello, everyone. I'm thrilled to dive into this intriguing and highly publicized story with you today. We're talking about a recent social media post that has sparked a lot of controversy, and it's centered around a legal case that's been in the spotlight for years: the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion shooting incident. This is a story that's not just about celebrity drama but also about how social media, legal evidence, and public perception can intersect in fascinating and sometimes misleading ways. So, let's break it down and learn what's really going on here, while keeping things engaging and educational. The post in question comes from an account called My Mixtapes on X, shared on May 22, 2025, at 8:47 p.m. East African Time. It claims that Congresswoman Paulina Luna has never before seen Ring camera footage that proves Tory Lanez did not shoot Megan Thee Stallion, and that this footage will be released soon. Now, this immediately grabs attention because it's a bold statement tied to a high-profile case. For those who might not know, Tory Lanez, a Canadian rapper whose real name is Daystar Peterson, was convicted in December 2022 of shooting Megan Thee Stallion, a Grammy-winning rapper, in the foot after a party in Los Angeles back in July 2020. Lanez was sentenced to 10 years in prison in August 2023, and the case has been a lightning rod for debate ever since, fueled by social media, music releases, and public statements from both artists. The trial itself was packed with evidence that led to Lanez's conviction. There were text messages from a witness, Kelsey Harris, who was there that night, saying, "Tory shot Meg." There was a recorded call where Lanez apologized to Harris hours after the incident, though he didn't explicitly mention the shooting. Lanez also sent an apologetic text to Megan, but again, it didn't reference a gun. The prosecution presented police body cam and helicopter footage from the night, as well as video of Megan in an ambulance, visibly injured. Megan herself testified, sharing how she suffered nerve damage and even received death threats after coming forward. This evidence was compelling enough for the jury to find Lanez guilty on charges of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, carrying an unregistered firearm, and discharging a firearm with gross negligence. So, the legal system has spoken. Lanez is serving a 10-year sentence. But now, this new claim from Paulina Luna is stirring the pot again. Let's take a closer look at the My Mixtapes post. It's a screenshot that includes 3 photos. The main one shows a man in a purple baseball cap with a red A logo, a white shirt with a shark graphic, and a gold chain necklace, with tattoos visible on his neck and face. This is likely Tory Lanez, given the context. Then there's a smaller photo of a dark SUV parked on a street at night, with its rear door open, circled in red to draw attention, possibly hinting at the scene of the incident. Finally, there's a photo of 2 people indoors. A woman in a blue dress giving a thumbs up, likely Paulina Luna, and a man in a suit with a red tie, also giving a thumbs up, with a framed portrait in the background, also circled in red. The post has racked up 195 comments, 736 retweets, 4.7k likes, and 15.8k views, showing how viral this claim has gone. The winking emoji at the end adds a sensational tone, as if teasing some big reveal. Now, Paulina Luna, a Republican congresswoman from Florida, is at the center of this. She's claiming there's new evidence that could exonerate Lanez, specifically mentioning 3 things: Ring camera footage that disproves the "Dance Megan" scenario from the trial, DNA from 4 people on the gun that doesn't match Lanez, and 0 fingerprints on the gun's magazine. These are serious claims, but do they hold up? Let's dig into each one and see what the evidence tells us. First, the Ring camera footage. Luna says it's never before seen and shows Lanez didn't shoot Megan. But here's the problem. Megan Thee Stallion's lawyers issued a statement on the same day as the post, May 22, 2025, published by Billboard, saying that this Ring camera footage isn't new at all. It was actually played for the jury during the 2022 trial and captured the sound of 5 gunshots. They called claims of new evidence false narratives. So, if this footage was already part of the trial and the jury still convicted Lanez, it's hard to see how it could be the game-changer Luna is claiming. An article from News Nation on May 21, 2025, quotes Luna saying the footage disproves the "Dance Meghan" narrative, a reference to testimony where Lanez allegedly told Meghan to dance before shooting, but without specific details on how this footage differs from what was shown in court. It seems like Luna might be misrepresenting or misunderstanding what's already out there. Next, let's talk about the DNA and fingerprint claims. Luna says DNA from 4 people was found on the gun, none of it matching Lanez, and there were no fingerprints on the magazine. This sounds compelling at first, but when you look closer, it starts to unravel. Back in February 2022, PolitiFact debunked a similar claim that there was no DNA linking Lanez to the gun, noting that while the LAPD did a DNA analysis, the results weren't disclosed publicly, and DNA wasn't a central part of the prosecution's case. Lanez himself claimed in 2023, via an Instagram audio message reported by XXL Mag, that the prosecution manipulated DNA evidence, but the prosecution countered that DNA wasn't even in their bucket of evidence for the trial. As for fingerprints, there's no public court record or credible source verifying Luna's claim about the magazine. Meghan's lawyer, Alex Spiro, confirmed in October 2024 that the gun is still available for DNA testing, but Luna's specific claims about 4 people's DNA and 0 fingerprints don't seem to be backed up by anything concrete. So, what's going on here? It looks like Luna's claims are either exaggerated or based on evidence that's already been considered. The trial concluded with a guilty verdict, and the legal system has mechanisms for appeals or new evidence reviews, but those need to happen through proper channels, not through a viral ex post. My Mixtapes, as a hip-hop news and gossip account, isn't exactly a reliable source for legal updates. It's more about generating buzz, which this post certainly did with its 15.8K views. Social media platforms like X thrive on engagement, and sensational claims like this, complete with a winking emoji, are designed to go viral, even if they lack substance. What's also interesting is Luna's involvement. As a congresswoman, it's unusual for her to get involved in a specific criminal case like this, especially one that's already been adjudicated. News Nation reported that she got involved after being approached by Amber Rose, a friend of Lanez, and Luna has called for a pardon from California Governor Gavin Newsom. She frames her actions as a pursuit of justice, saying she believes in law and order but also in a legal system with integrity. However, some might question her motivations, whether this is about political visibility or personal connections, though we don't have enough context to say for sure. What we can say is that her claims don't seem to hold up against the trial record and statements from Meghan's legal team. This story teaches us a few important lessons. First, it shows the power of social media to amplify narratives, especially in celebrity cases, but also the danger of misinformation. A post like this can reignite public debate and even influence perceptions of justice, but without verified evidence, it's more noise than substance. Second, it highlights the importance of understanding the legal process. Lanez was convicted based on a range of evidence: texts, calls, videos, testimony, and any new evidence would need to go through a formal appeal, not a social media campaign. Finally, it reminds us to be critical consumers of information. Just because a claim goes viral doesn't mean it's true, and accounts like My Mixtapes, while popular, aren't always reliable for legal reporting. In the end, the evidence leans toward there being no new footage or groundbreaking DNA findings here. The legal process concluded Lanez's guilt, and while public discourse continues, the path to any real change in this case lies in the courts, not on X. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. I hope it's been as educational for you as it was for me to unpack.